Dear students, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Listen to me. Your chapter number 7 heading is Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. We see a plant. This is a gymnospermic plant and its name Cycas. Next we see another plant. Everyone known this plant's name is mango. Mango plant, its scientific name is Mangifera indica. This is a flowering plants. So it is an angiospermic plant. So our chapter heading is Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. First we study about Gymnosperm, and our type plants is Cycas. We see a Cycas plant, and we also see another Cycas plant. You must be observed, both are Cycas plant, but both are not similar. Not only that, Mangifera indica, that means angiospermic plant, is not similarities with gymnospermic plant. What are the differences between gymnosperm and angiosperm? We see another angiospermic plant, and here produce numerous flower. In case of angiospermic plant, flower is produced, but in case of gymnospermic plant, flower, that means true flower, is not formed. What's the meaning of true flower or flower? We observe here every flower contains various parts such as calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. But in case of gymnospermic plant, we cannot find all parts of flower. So nowadays few scientists seem that gymnosperm is not true flowering plant. It is a flowering plant, not true flowering plants. In case of angiospermic plant, ovary present in gynoecium, but in case of gymnosperm, ovary absent in gynoecium. As a result, we see here fruit is formed, but in case of gymnospermic plant, only in case of female gymnospermic plant, only megasporophyll is present, and megasporophyll contains ovule, but complete gynoecium is absent. Next time I will try the structure of megasporophyll to show the structure of megasporophyll. Okay everyone, you observe this is a cycas plant, and it is a sporophytic plant, and plant body can be divided into three parts. One is stem. This is the stem, and root, the underground part, and this is leaves. So this plant body can be divided into three parts. One is root, stem, and leaves. The root mainly two types. One is taproot and adventitious root. Here taproot present, but it is a temporary taproot, and then produce the basal portion of the stem, numerous adventitious root. This adventitious root infected by nostoc and anabaena and form a coral-like structure. It is known as coralloid root. And we also observe here the stem is unbranched, and its stem contain pith. This pith uses for alcohol formation. Okay, and coralloid root, inside of coralloid root contains nostoc and anabaena, and nostoc and anabaena helps in nitrogen fixation. That elaboration I also provide the lecture sheet. Okay, and now we observe the leaves. This is a single leaves, and it is a compound leaves, and when immature leaves, compound leaf, and this is a immature leaves, but it is not a completely immature, but not completely immature. And when immature, it contains sarcinate vernation. We know sarcinate vernation present in cycas plant, and its stem alike to palm plant. Here we observe a palm plant, that is Cocos nucifera. So its stem alike to cycas. So we conclude that stem of cycas alike to palm plant and leaves alike to terrace plant. So it is known as palm fern. Cycas is a heterosporous plant. Here we observe a cycas plant. Here strobilus or megasporophyll both are absent. I assume that this plant may be male cycas plant. When it will be mature, then it can be produce a strobilus. So in case of male cycas plant, produce strobilus. We see here another cycas plant, and this cycas plant contain a nice structure. What is structure? What is this? It is a numerous megasporophyll, but this megasporophyll combinedly cannot produce strobilus. So differences between male cycas and female cycas. Strobilus is produced in case of male cycas plant, but in case of female cycas plant, strobilus is not formed, but megasporophyll is present. Here numerous megasporophyll is present. Now we observe a single megasporophyll. Now we collect a single megasporophyll. This is a megasporophyll. We see here this like structure. It is pinule. It is pinule. This pinule helps to collect the microspore. Okay, and also observe here the green color, but it is immature. When it will be mature, it will be red color, and this is a ovule, and inside of ovule produce megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell, with the help of meiosis cell division, produce megaspore, and every megaspore produce archegonium, and inside of archegonium produced female gamete or ovum, and after maturation of strobilus, and inside of strobilus contain microsporophyll, and microsporophyll contains sorus, and inside of sorus contains sporangium, and inside of sporangium contain spore mother cell, and spore mother cell produced microspore, and microspore produce multicellular sperm, and this sperm fertilize the ovum and produce zygote, and inside of ovule the zygote produce embryo, and these parts of ovule converted into various parts of seed. So zygote and other parts of seed we can found, and then inside of ovule also contains endosperm that developed before fertilization. So haploid endosperm, other parts of seed and embryo combinedly form a complete seed, and this seed with the help of germination process and produce a new cycas plant. So we discuss here the sexual reproduction of cycas, and not only that, the morphological structure of cycas. We also observe the basal portion of these plants produce numerous small cycas plant. Here observe, you also observe. So every plant produce numerous small cycas plant, and it is known as shakar. With the help of shakar, it can also be reproduced. So cycas can be reproduced by two ways. One is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay.